Money is a medium of exchange which is universally accepted and which helps in facilitation of exchange of goods and services. Actually, આ જે definition અથવા meaning છે money નો, I have broken down into three parts so that you can understand the characteristics of money as well. These are different characteristics of money as a medium of exchange. The next what we are going to study is the functions of money. First you need to write these three characteristics in your notebook, and after that we are going to understand the functions of money. In each point you have to write only 2 to 3 lines, so it is not going to be lengthy for you, even if you are leaving some pages or if you are writing in the rough book right now. Now we are going to understand certain functions of money. Certain functions of money one by one. The first function is that money as a medium of exchange. Money proves to be a medium of exchange, and it is the most important function performed by money itself. That money is helpful everywhere to prove to be a medium of exchange. Initially in barter system, it was difficult to store one commodity and use it for exchange. Then animals and coins and all such medium of exchanges were used in the later part. But after the invention of money, there is no need. The man felt no new need to invent another medium of exchange because money was so convenient. Money is convenient to be used as a medium of exchange for buying goods, for availing different kind of services. You go to any particular shop, you go to any mall, or you want to do online shopping. Each and everywhere, if you have money in your account, you are able to make a purchase of variety of goods and services. Right? If you go to a provision store to purchase a packet of biscuit and you pay him money, then he is not going to say that he needs some other commodity and not money as a medium of exchange. But because like we have different needs, the sellers also have different needs, and with the money that we give him, he is able to buy other products and services and satisfy his own needs. Similarly, we are able to satisfy our needs, and the other person is as well able to satisfy his own needs and requirements. Right? So money is used as a medium of exchange. Also, it removes the lack of double coincidence of wants. Second line in your textbook, it is given that it removes the limitation of lack of double coincidence of wants. Now, what does double coincidence of wants means? It means, okay, I had already given an example that if I have gone to the market during the barter system, if I go to the market taking 5 kgs of wheat and I want one pair of shoes in exchange for wheat. But if the person who is selling those shoes does not want wheat in return, then he will ask me to bring some other commodity if I want to purchase shoes. So આ જે problem face થઈ રહ્યો હતો, it was because of absence of a common medium of exchange. Now with the advent of money, you can buy any product by paying the required amount of money. એક વખત તમે પૈસા પે કરી દેશો, you are able to buy any product, and using that money, the seller is able to purchase different goods and services. So now, no one will deny you giving a particular product or service if you are paying him the required amount of money. So this is one of the limitations that was eliminated with the advent of money, and we spend money to satisfy our present needs. Also, we are able to save money to satisfy our future needs. So this is one of the facilities provided by money as a medium of exchange. So whatever now I am writing on the board, you have to write it in your notebook. After you write this in your notebook, જ્યારે પણ એક્સરસાઇઝ માંથી આના રિલેટેડ આન્સર આવશે તો તમારે આ લખવાનું નહીં. બરાબર છે? આ તમારે એઝ અ આન્સર પછી લખવાનું નહીં રહે. હું તમને કદાચ ટિક કરાવી દઈશ. But once you have written these points, they will help you to remember all the important topics. Double coincidence નો concept મેં કીધું ને, અગર હું wheat લઈને જાઉં છું and the other person does not want wheat, તો પ્રોબ્લેમ ક્રિએટ થાય છે ને કે હું જે કોમોડિટી લઈને આવેલો છું એની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ છે નહીં, રાઈટ? તો he will not exchange his pair of shoes with wheat. એને કદાચ ક્લોથ્સ જોઈતા હોય, એને મિલ્ક અથવા ઘી જોઈતું હોય અથવા કોઈ બીજી કોમોડિટી જોઈતી હોય, તો he will ask me to buy that commodity and then come and exchange. તો ટાઈમ વેસ્ટ થશે. બીજી વસ્તુ કે અગર એ પર્ટિક્યુલર એરિયાની અંદર એ પ્રોડક્ટ્સ નથી મળી રહ્યા with 5 kg of wheat, so 5 kg wheat લઈને આવેલો હતો thinking that I will get one pair of shoes in exchange of 5 kg of wheat. હવે મને એવું કહે છે કે you bring 5 meters of clothes instead of 5 kg wheat. હવે હું 5 meters clothes લેવા જાઉં ત્યારે મને ખબર પડે કે એ તો 10 kg wheat ના આવે છે, તો મને લોસ જાય છે, ડબલ પ્રાઇસ પે કરવી પડે છે મને. તો આ પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ આવતા નથી ડીટુ મની, કેમ કે ફિક્સ પ્રાઇસ છે, તમારે એટલા જ પૈસા લઈને જવાના. એની અંદર પછી ડીલિંગ ના કરી શકે તમારી સાથે કે ભાઈ એમઆરપી લખેલું છે તો એના કરતાં પણ ડબલ પ્રાઇસ પે કરો. બધાએ લખી લીધું? ઓકે. નેક્સ્ટ પોઈન્ટ ઇઝ મની એઝ અ સ્ટોર ઓફ વેલ્યુ. Now this point is connected with the last sentence that you just wrote, in which it was mentioned that we are saving money for future purposes in order to satisfy the future needs and wants, right? So saving wealth was not so easy during the barter system because people used to store different type of commodities, right? કે અગર તમારી પાસે vegetables અથવા food grains છે, if you store them, you are not able to store them for a longer period of time. અગર તમારી પાસે milk છે, ઘી છે, then those products will turn into waste very soon. બરાબર છે? અથવા તમારી પાસે કોઈ બીજું પ્રોડક્ટ છે due to atmosphere changes કે જે એની વેલ્યુ ડાઉન થઈ જાય છે. If you talk about iron, so if it rains then rusting occurs. બરાબર છે? કાટ લાગી જાય છે બધી વસ્તુઓને, તો એની વેલ્યુ ડાઉન થઈ જાય છે. તો કોઈ પણ કોમોડિટીની તમે વાત કરો ને, each and every commodity has its own limitation. Why we could not store it for a longer period of time. જ્યારે money we are able to store for a longer period of time, right? We are able to invest this money કે જેનાથી આપણને return continuously મળી શકે, and future માં that particular amount of money will be used to satisfy our different needs and wants, right? This is what money proves to be the most effective store of value. આપણે અગર કઈ વસ્તુ સ્ટોર કરવી છે ફ્યુચર પર્પઝેસ ફુલફિલ કરવા માટે, તો we can store money instead of storing any other commodity. And money was used as a standard of deferred payments. Deferred payments. What does this term talk about? Initially, જ્યારે barter system હતી, and then annuals were used and different mediums of exchange were used. At that time, credit system was not so prevalent. Credit system मतलब અત્યારે ઘણા બધા businesses, majority of businesses are buying goods on credit. કે જ્યારે એ લોકો પૈસા 1 month, 2 month, 3 months પછી પે કરે છે પોતાના સપ્લાયર્સને, તો this system of doing business became more prevalent after the invention of money. આની પહેલા જ્યારે બાર્ટર સિસ્ટમ પ્રિવેલન્ટ હતી ત્યારે આ કન્સેપ્ટ બહુ વાઇડલી યુઝ હતો નહીં. ત્યારે EMI સિસ્ટમ્સ નહોતી, બરાબર છે? ત્યારે ક્રેડિટ સિસ્ટમ હતી નહીં. EMI સિસ્ટમ કેવી રીતે કરો? એનિમલ્સ પાર્ટ્સમાં સપ્લાય કરશો તમને? No, right? So therefore, with the advent of money, it became very easy to create such modes of payments. अलग-अलग variety modes of payments જે અત્યારે તમારી પાસે છે, it is because of advent of money, and that is why we are storing money every month in order to satisfy our future needs. So you have to write whatever I am writing on the board now. writing and start writing. હાયર પરચેઝ મતલબ અગર તમે કોઈ વસ્તુ રેન્ટ ઉપર લાવ્યા છો, હાયર આપણે ટેક્સી હાયર કરી. Why do we use such word? Because you are taking it on a rent or to travel between one location to some other location. Hire मतलब rent ઉપર. આ સિસ્ટમ્સ પહેલા તો હતી નહીં કે ભાઈ હું એનિમલ્સ તમારે ત્યાં મૂકી દઉં છું, બરાબર છે, તમે જેટલું પણ ડ્રિંક આપે છે એટલું યુટિલાઇઝ કરજો, પછી જ્યારે મને એની નીડ ફીલ નહીં થાય ત્યારે હું પ્રોડક્ટ રિટર્ન કરી દઈશ અને એનિમલ લઈ જઈશ. મીનવાઇલ એનિમલની ડેથ થઈ જાય તો પ્રોબ્લેમ થઈ જાય. So this was not so easy during the barter system. So I hope everyone has written it. तो जरा फटाफट लखी लो. आए ने खबर पड़ी गई. પછી ચલો કોઈ ફ્રોડુલન્ટ એક્ટિવિટી કરતો એમ કે હું તમને એનિમલ આપી જઈશ, બરાબર, પછી એમ કે એનિમલ તો એ તો એક્સપાયર થઈ ગયું, ચલો એને ડિસીઝ થઈ ગઈ છે, અથવા જે વીક એનિમલ હોય એ આપી દે, ડિસાઇડ કર્યું હોય કે હેલ્ધી એનિમલ આપવાનું, બધી જે વીક હોય જેનો કોઈ યુટિલાઇઝેશન ઉપયોગ હોય જ નહીં એવો એનિમલ આપી દે, પ્રોબ્લેમ થઈ શકે. એટલે એ લોકો વિશ્વાસ જ ન કરવાનો, અત્યારે જ વેરીફાઈ કરવાનું, અત્યારે જ પરચેસ કરી. એટલે એવા થોટ્સ પણ પ્રિવેલન્ટ નહોતા, કારણ કે સ્ટોર કરવું મુશ્કેલ થતું હતું. તમે એનિમલ લઈને આવો પછી ધ્યાન કેટલું રાખવાનું, તમારે ફૂડનું ધ્યાન રાખવાનું. So, third point says money as a measure of value. So let's stop talking. Money as a measure of value. What this point talks about is, in barter system it was difficult to determine the exchange value of different goods and services, right? Because every time you need to remember the value in terms of other commodity. કે અગર તમારે wheat purchase કરવું છે તો એની વેલ્યુ શું છે, તમારે રાઈસના ટર્મ્સમાં, ક્લોથ્સના ટર્મ્સમાં, શૂઝના ટર્મ્સમાં અલગ-અલગ રીતે યાદ કરવી પડે એ વસ્તુ. if you want to purchase wheat directly તો મળતું નહોતું, તમારે કોઈ કોમોડિટી લઈને જવી પડતી હતી, બરાબર છે. so every time you need to keep in mind કે ભાઈ હવે હું આ કોમોડિટી પરચેસ કરવા જઈ રહ્યો છું. if I am going to purchase a piece of cloth, so whether I should take wheat, whether I should take rice, whether I should take some other product, these were the confusions arising due to barter system, which were removed with money and its invention. કે અત્યારે તમને ખબર જ હોય છે કોઈ પણ પ્રોડક્ટ પરચેસ કરવા જવું છે માર્કેટમાં તો અપ્રોક્સિમેટલી જેટલી એની વેલ્યુ થતી હોય, જે પણ એમઆરપી હોય, યુ કેન ઓલ્સો સર્ચ ઓનલાઈન એઝ વેલ એઝ તમે રિપીટેડલી એક જ પ્રોડક્ટ વારંવાર યુઝ કરવાના છો તો યુ કેન અઝ્યુમ કે અરાઉન્ડ ધીસ ફિગર કોઈ પણ પ્રોડક્ટની વેલ્યુ હશે તો યુ નીડ ટુ કેરી ધેટ પર્ટિક્યુલર અમાઉન્ટ ઓફ મની ઓનલી. અને હવે તો ઓનલાઈન ટ્રાન્ઝેક્શન્સ બહુ ફ્રીક્વન્ટ થઈ ગયા છે. you are able to pay online. અગર કોઈ કોમોડિટી 800 રૂપીસ ની છે, you just have 500 rupees in your pocket, but you have a mode of online payment. You are using Paytm or Google Pay or Amazon Pay or any such UPI applications કે ડાયરેક્ટલી તમારા બેંકમાંથી મની ડેબિટ થઈ શકે છે. then you are able to make purchases without carrying money also, right? so this is the facility availed due to invention of money and various modes of payment invented recently. Now, apart from that, what money does is it helps in smoother exchange. પહેલા જે પણ problems આવતા હતા barter system ની અંદર in measuring the amount or quantity of the product that you have brought and the amount or quantity of product that you are going to purchase, તો બંનેને measure કરવા એક પ્રોબ્લેમ હતી. દર વખતે તમારે મેજર કરવું પડતું હતું. If you are exchanging wheat for cloth, then you need to measure every time that how many meters is this cloth, whether it is good or not, right? અગર એ cloth ની ક્વોલિટી ઇન્ફીરિયર છે તો તમારે રિજેક્ટ કરવું પડે. અગર જે wheat અથવા રાઈસ કોઈ પર્સન લઈને આવેલું છે and its quality is not so nice, अथवा ये KH 5 kg but actually he has bought 4.5 kg only. So every time these problems arise, and due to that people were unable to facilitate smoother exchange of goods and services. જ્યારે money, with the invention of money, exchanges became very fast. You are able to make a decision really quickly. If you want to buy a purchase, if you want to buy a school bag, if you want to buy a pair of shoes, if you want to buy some accessories like watch, sunglasses or anything else, you decide your budget, you select the various alternatives available to you, and from that you can select the best one out of the available options. So selection process has become quite fast with the invention of money. This is how money as a measure of value has helped us in facilitating smoother exchanges of goods and services. Now you have to write these points. one commodity with other. That determines the exchange value of a product. अगर आप पाउच की साમે તમને એક ડસ્ટર મળી રહ્યું છે, then the value of this pouch is one duster. તમે પૈસાના ટર્મમાં તો બધા કહી શકે કે 20 રૂપિયા 50 રૂપિયા. હા, એ કોમોડિટીના એક યુનિટ સામે તમારે કેટલા યુનિટ્સ પે કરવા પડે છે બીજી કોમોડિટીના. That is called exchange value. Economics chapter 2 માં તમારે આ બધું કહેવામાં એટલે એ ડિમાન્ડ ઉપર ડિપેન્ડ કરે છે. અગર માયાની ડાયરેક્ટ નીચે ઉપર ડસ્ટર તો હું તો મોબાઈલ ફોન પણ આપી દઈશ ડસ્ટરની એક્સચેન્જ. કેમ કે મને ડસ્ટરની જરૂર છે. ડિપેન્ડ ઓન ધ ડિમાન્ડ કે તમારી કેટલી રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ છે. અગર વીકની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ મારે નથી તો કોઈ વીક લઈને આવશે તો આવ્યું છે કોઈ 5 કેજી 10 કેજી લઈને આવો તો હું એ પ્રોડક્ટ આપીશ. તો આવી રીતે ચીટિંગ થઈ શકે છે કોઈ પણ કસ્ટમર સાથે. તો એટલે જ્યાં સુધી મીડિયમ ઓફ એક્સચેન્જ જ હતું નહીં ને ત્યાં સુધી આવા બધી એક્ટિવિટીઝ હોતી હતી માર્કેટમાં. But obviously, બાકી સિસ્ટમમાં ટીચર્સ ભણાવતા હતા પછી એમને ફોન મળતો સર્વિસની સામે કોમોડિટી મળે ને એવી રીતે. અગર તમારે ના હવે બધી ગયું છે બસ હવે લખવાનું નથી તમારે. Types of money. The last concept for today. Pay attention. The last concept for today is types of money. We all know that various commodities were used as a medium of exchange during the barter system. So initially various commodities were used. So commodities were the medium of exchange. After that, as you all know, animals were used as a medium of exchange. After that, there were certain mineral stones. There were certain mineral stones which were so rare and found at particular locations only. So mineral stones were also used as a medium of exchange after animals, but it did not last so long. After that, coins were invented. Different metal coins were invented, and according to different kingdoms, different coins were minted, and due to some limitations after coins, we can say finally money which we use today was invented. Money can be paper money or it can be in an electronic form which is called e-money. So there are different types of money that you are currently using, right? The names that are given in your textbook, first is commodity money, and it was used during the times of barter system, commodity money. After that, you can say several animals were used. So second was animals money, but due to some limitations, we stopped trading animals for goods and services. And after that, coins were invented. So they are talking about metal money. Currently, what we are using is paper money, paper-based currency notes, which you are using right now. It is called paper money. After that, plastic money was invented. Can anyone tell me what is plastic money? Credit card, debit cards, all type of smart cards or some cards using which you can make purchase of different goods and services, right? Smart cards are also available. If you go to Reliance Mall and purchase something, they will give you a card, right? And in that card you can deposit different amount of money, or whenever you go and make some shopping on Reliance Mall or website, you are going to add those points to that card, and again using those points you can buy more products. So all of these type of cards are called plastic money, and the last, which is frequently and most used for doing small particular transactions, is e-money. E-money, or you can say banking money. Banking money can be also known as e-money because bank stores your money in an electronic form. If you want to make digital payments, you are able to deduct the amount directly from your bank, right? So banking money is the last form of money that you are using, invisible or e-money. Currently, you all know there are some cryptocurrencies that are in the market and their prices are increasing and decreasing very much day to day. So, if you are holding cryptocurrency, then you are holding that particular thing in an electronic form. They are not going to give you physical Bitcoin or Ethereum or any kind of cryptocurrency. You are holding them in an electronic form. If you want to sell them, you can sell them and cash your money. But if you want to see, they are only in an electronic form. They are not available in physical forms. Right? So this was all about the concept of money. Next we are going to study tomorrow about the concept of inflation.